Hey, this is Web Junior 1977 here, back in the Oasis once again. I kind of a little earlier than I kind of advertised on Facebook, so we'll give it a little time here and see how things go. Plug in the old controller as usual, and hopefully I will get some visitors here in the Oasis. We shall find out. Of course, I got the old cherry Coca-Cola, as usual. But yeah, we'll see how it goes here. See what happens. Normally it's probably, I don't know, at least 5 to 10 minutes before anyone comes in. A lot of times it's a little further into it than that. Before 5 or 10 minutes into it, most of the time it's just someone jumping in to view me for a few seconds and then jumping back off and not actually commenting or anything like that. So we'll see how it goes. And hey, Mr. Liquid Cool 360, what's going on, brother? Make sure you check this dude out on YouTube. He's Liquid Cool 360, Liquid Cool 440. Make sure you check him out on YouTube. Awesome brother from another mother. Awesome YouTuber, awesome friend, for sure. Make sure you check him out. He's been doing Arc a lot, kicking some ass in Arc. And he also has a couple of the Conan Exiles videos up. He's in my clan on there, and I got a lot more shit up now, brother. On there. Oh, I get you, brother. I get you. Yeah, you're welcome. Sure. I understand how. I understand how I can get busy. That's for damn sure. I need to find a project. I have off till 29th, so I got to find a little project to do. Something to kill some time, you know. I did get my brakes and rotors from my Jeep, but I only put one of them on because of the when I first got the wheels from my Jeep. I got my Jeep is a Patriot, as you know, and I got some Liberty wheels, and it's the same bolt pattern, but apparently the Jeep Liberty has smaller calibers in the front, and when I got the wheels put on, they hit the caliber, and I wasn't going anywhere. So I got he put washers in there to start with, and I got some spacers, and they worked fine for a while. And now that I changed the brakes on the one side, I didn't change them on the other side because I didn't want it to happen again. When I changed the brakes on the one side, it pushed the calibers out far enough to where my spacers aren't thick enough anymore. So I had to order another pair. I'll be getting them on the 26th, so that'll be 3 days before I go back to work. So that'll be alright. But, you know. Yeah, I know how that can be, brother. I don't have a dad that I have to take care of, but I have kids I got to take care of, and I'm sure he might be a little easier to take care of than kids because he has the mindset to do some stuff himself, but at the same time, you don't want him to do a lot of stuff and want him to relax, and you know, so it's sort of the same thing. I mean, in respect, in you know, in a sense, but yeah, so. I got the one side on. I was like, awesome. I got the rotor, got the new brakes on, hitting a freaking caliber. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. So I ordered them, and I was like, until I check out my T-shirt, by the way. Until I until I get my new spacers. If I want to go anywhere, I'm going to be dead in the water. So I did what the mechanic guy did, and I put some washers in there, just a temporary thing. If I need to go too far, I'll just use my wife's Jeep. But she said she didn't care, but just use my wife's Jeep. But as soon as I get those spacers, I'll go ahead and throw the rest of the stuff on. I'll be good. But hey, what's up, M3 Reviews? How's it going? Appreciate you stopping in. Kind of got a little early start that I normally do, and even a little earlier than I said I was going to do on Facebook. So it's good to see there's 3 people in here already from before 6, so 6 minutes, so just before 6 minutes. So that's good. That's good. You definitely know what I got, right? Don't know if there's anything really to show. Well, I don't know if I can't remember if I showed this on stream or not. Did you see the Studio Series 86 Grimlock? Badass figure. I love this figure. It's got wheelie on the top with a slingshot. I got the blast effects from Skylinks for his fire breath. Busy a lot, man. I just held. Yeah, it does. It's freaking awesome. I love this Grimlock. The only gripe that people are having is, and it's not that big a deal for me, is the teeth in the front. If you take the blast effects off, he has no teeth on the top and bottom right in the front. What's funny though is it's G1. I don't have the G1, but this is the same. My G2 is the same mold, and the G2 has the bottom teeth in the front, but not the top. Not that big of a deal for me. It still looks really awesome. I have him sitting here by Skylinks, and I got a wheelie looking like he's getting ready to shoot Starscream off his back, off of Skylinks' back, which is pretty neat. Kind of have that going. But yeah. Glad everybody could stop by so quickly. In fact, I was just saying how usually it takes a little while for people to stop in, especially when I'm a little earlier than I advertise and I expect. So it's good. It's good to see. Good to see people in here a little earlier than usual. That's always a good thing. Need to take my channel in another direction. Hey, Todd Jumper, how's it going, brother? Appreciate you stopping in. It's going great. Hope yours the same. Just getting ready to say I need to take my my channel into not necessarily another direction, but as you know, most of my streams lately have been this, and I've gotten some success out of running my mouth like this. But it only lasts for so long. I understand that. So I need to get back into the retro games. I've been saying that. So probably next time I do it, I'm going to be doing some retro games. At least a little bit of retro games. Maybe not the entire stream, but maybe off and on within the stream. So I like the Crystal Lake pillow. Oh yeah. Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake. Established in 1935. Oh yeah, I have all the movies. I have 7 of the NECA figures up there. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, I'll do a little bit of retro games, and then probably jump back into this. I need to kind of redesign my my tripod. I want to put some sort of board underneath and make it so it can't go freaking this way. Shit, so I'm going to have to do that. once I get that done, I'll be good to go. Like I said, I don't go back till 29th, so I'll have some time to do it. Might even start on it tomorrow, as early as tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Need to find a little piece of plywood to put under the bottom. Shouldn't be too difficult of a thing to do, but we'll see what happens. You know how that goes. And I've seemed to have misplaced my. I don't know if fan bit is the proper name for it, but you know, the wide wood bits. That looks like a fan sort of deal. I think it's a 1 inch I need. So I'm going to the store tomorrow, so I'm probably going to I'll end up picking one of those up. I'll recheck the diameter of the hole. I'm pretty sure it's an inch hole. So while I'm at it, I'll pick that up at Walmart, more than likely. It's kind of like I would say my second home, but where I'm at's my second home. My first home's work, usually. So I'd say maybe my third home. But I go to Walmart pretty often to get stuff. It's a good place to get stuff. But I'm going to grab that and try to finish up that tripod pretty quick. And check out on YouTube, on Facebook, because I'll be advertising it pretty soon. How far is Walmart from me? There's several different ones. The closest one's about a half an hour. But it's like a small Walmart, which is probably all I need for tomorrow. I won't have to go to the other one. The closest super Walmart, the big Walmart, is like 45 minutes. It's not terrible, but I understand it's far from Trans Am 38. What's that? M3 reviews? What's far from Trans Am 38? You talking about a Walmart or me? I'm not exactly sure how far Walmart is from him. Maybe the same. Well, the same Walmart would be further for him probably. But I think the closest one to him would be either Shippensburg or Chambersburg, maybe Huntington, something like that. But yeah, it's a little ways for him too. But going and checking on different things, and always check on different things for people. If they're looking for something, I'll check it out. And the Everett Walmart, I always say Bedford Walmart, but it's technically Everett. It's pretty confusing because it's technically in Everett, PA, but the town square that it's in is called the Bedford Square. So, and you go maybe a mile or two down the road and you're actually in Bedford. So a lot of people call it the Bedford Walmart because it's in the Bedford Square, when in reality it's an Everett address. So it's I don't correct people when they say Bedford Walmart. I just say I know what you're talking about. I'm not gonna be an asshole and correct you, you know. But I know what you mean when you say it. Whether you say Everett or Bedford doesn't really matter. But they're actually having the Everett Walmart actually is starting to get a few more stuff in. They're not too bad on figures and stuff anymore. I guess because maybe people don't go there. They're like, okay, that's a small Walmart and they probably won't have anything, so they just don't go and look. And then the people that do go look can find more stuff. It's not always the case, but occasionally when I go there, they have a good bit of stuff. So I'm like, hell yeah. But the East Freedom Walmart, where it's actually Duncansville, the Duncansville Walmart, Duncansville, PA, it hasn't had stuff for a while. Like the shelves are empty. Like as far as the stuff I look at, you know, Transformers, Ghostbusters stuff like that. It just the Duncansville Walmart sucks. I don't know what it is, but along with the Chambersburg one, once in a while I get some stuff in. Most of the time, dead shelf. And the Chambersburg one's got like strange setup too. It's, I don't know, from some of the other ones. What's that? I thought he mentioned it one time. He probably did, yeah. I'm not sure. I'd say his is probably pretty close to the same distance as mine, just they're different Walmarts, basically. Comic book stores, probably about an hour. There's one about, well, yeah, about an hour away, or, yeah, both of them are probably about an hour away. There's like 2 comic book stores I can think of. Yeah, I know what you meant. There's like 2 comic book stores I can think of, and they're both probably about an hour away. It's not that bad. It's just something you don't, like, okay, I'm going to go get a comic book. I don't really collect comic books. I have a few just because they were given to me and they were awesome. I don't have anything against comic books. It's just, it's kind of like with the limited space I have, I kind of pick and choose what I want to collect. So I do have some comic books. I have like, I don't know, let's see, maybe 8 or 10 comic books. I just collect, you know, when I do get a comic book, if I would go get a comic book, I would make sure it's something that I'm very interested in, not just to collect and see how many different ones I can get, or to make a huge collection, because like I said, until I expand my game room, it's kind of, you know, a limited space. It was not kind of limited, it is limited space. But I wouldn't, even if I did collect hardcore, I probably wouldn't, okay, I'm going to go get a couple comic books, I'm going to drive an hour away. But if you're already up there anyway, if you got to go up and get something else, or then like, okay, I'll just stop here too. And occasionally I get up there. I don't get up there a lot. Altoona is one of them. And Chambersburg also has a comic book store. The one in Chambersburg used to be in the mall, but there's very few stores in the mall anymore. There's like 3 stores or 4 stores in the entire mall. It's like Apocalypse. It's like Apocalypse Mall, basically. And the comic book store moved closer to the Walmart and GameStop and stuff, so they just kind of moved to their own little area. They jumped out of a sinking ship, basically, and moved because they wouldn't. There's like an antiques store, Red Rose or Black Rose Antiques, and some sort of nail slash hair salons or something there. And I think there's one more thing there I can't think of, but that's all that's in the Chambersburg Mall anymore. It's like dead almost. Hopefully they can save it before it dies completely, but it's not looking too good for it. And the one mall I used to go to, I'm originally from Frederick, Maryland, and there was a mall down there I absolutely loved, and it's the same way. It's basically dead. It's got like a Home Depot and something else, and that's about it. Some sort of, I think, a Burlington coat factory. Here's an interesting question. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know that Superman could ever become a ghost, but I guess if he become a ghost, he would no longer have his power, so I would say yes. I don't know. That's an interesting question. Hey, what's up? Appreciate you stopping in. I figured I'd come on for, you know, at least an hour or so. The way this is going, maybe 2 hours. We'll see how it goes. And like I said, I need to get back into. I've been saying I want to get back into the retro gaming stuff. I do enjoy coming on here and talking to people though, and I see a lot of people doing it, but I don't see a lot of people doing retro games. My good buddy of mine, Jesse from Game Dungeon Productions. He's on YouTube, but he moved to his new home is on Twitch. Make sure you check him out. He does it quite often, and I used to do it pretty regularly. But I need to get back into it. So I don't see a lot of people doing it. It's kind of like a dying breed or dying. I don't know what do you want to call it. It's kind of it's kind of like a. What's up with Twitch? I keep hearing. I don't know. I don't do Twitch. I don't know enough about Twitch to know to say that it's garbage or anything. But the one thing that made me not go to Twitch was the fact that I read up on it, and it said that, and it does save your videos like YouTube, but after a certain amount of time, it like starts deleting your old videos. And I don't like that. I like going back. I like being able to go back and watch, my very first video, like that I did 12 years ago. You know what I mean? I like going back and watching the old stuff. You know what I mean? And not have it deleted off of, that stupid fan up here. Actually, I don't think it is my fan. I think it's my brother-in-law out there working on his truck. Which is fine. I just thought it was my fan. But I don't like the fact that it deletes some of your old stuff. That's kind of a cool feature that I like about YouTube is that you go back and watch whatever you want to watch from the very beginning of your YouTube existence, I guess you could say. And I guess what I was trying to say is the retro gaming on YouTube is kind of a dying lifestyle. It's kind of like, I don't know too many people that do it anymore. Michael Jacoby used to do it. He doesn't do it anymore. Jesse does it. I do it. I used to. I need to get back into it. So I quite often go to channels and start from. Yeah, exactly. Like if you go into someone's YouTube channel, you want to see some of them first video. And if you look at some of my first videos, I'm not going to take any offense to you laughing at all, because I laugh at them. I would never. My older videos, I didn't speak loud enough. I didn't, I just had a different demeanor to it. It's when you starting out, you just kind of like camera shy, I guess is what you'd call it. Even though I didn't do live videos like I'm doing now, I might have done some live stuff, but not too much if I did. I don't think I did any live stuff. But I don't know. But it's like, you just don't have the confidence that you do later on in doing videos and stuff. So it's kind of interesting for me to go back and look at some of the stuff that I did. And I even did a bunch of my old stuff has got green screens. And I intended to go back and edit those videos before I uploaded them, to put some cool thing in the background or something. It never happened. But, I checked out yours a few weeks ago as well. You can see yeah, exactly. You can see the progress. Some of my old stuff, I was like, talking like this. Here's what we're gonna do. You know what I mean? Like you can hear me, but you got to turn the volume up just a little bit. And it wasn't the mic by any means. Even though I do got to give props to the PS4 mic. The camera's not that great, but the mic is excellent. They did right with the mic. But the camera, the camera's junk. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what yeah. This camera right here, if I can get it on screen, this camera right here, I'm thinking it's going to do a whole lot better. With the PS5 though, you can't do this. You can't do the playroom. Hopefully they change that. But the only thing is, like Jesse was telling me, this has no mic in it, as far as I could tell. it has no mic. Now your controller has a mic, so I don't know how touchy that controller mic is, but the camera mic is excellent. The camera itself, functionality, not horrible, but not that great. Your sound and picture looks good. Yeah, I mean, I did set the picture up a little bit. It does look better than the other. The camera looks... Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but like the camera I just showed you, or like my PC camera would blow this camera out of the water. You know what I mean? But I mean, for what it is, for what you pay for it, you can't really complain. The convenience of how you do the whole streaming thing on here is excellent. So I mean, I can't complain that much. It's just, as far as the camera goes, you know, it's not. If I were to show something like my, well, I guess my phone isn't that. It's a little too bright, as you can tell. You can't see like the center. You can't see like the center of it because it's too bright. It doesn't know what to do with light sometimes. Because when I originally built this game room, I'll put these lights in here thinking it might not be enough light, but it turns out it's a little too much light, technically. I mean, like if you can see back there, like you can't see the marquee on my arcade cabinet that I built. You can't see the marquee on it that well because the light's hitting off of it, glaring off too much. And the original PS4 box has got a big glare on it. For the most part, it's fine now. I mean, the old expression, you know, you get what you pay for. And it was like 50, 60 bucks. I mean, what do you expect for that price, you know? The PS5 camera was a bit more. The camera for my PC was obviously more. It was like upwards of $100. So you get what you pay for, you know, it's... But it's good for what it is. It's not horrible. I mean, like I said, for the convenience of how you just go into this app or you know, just go into this feature on your PS4 and how you can stream so easily. It's good for this, but I hope they do it with the PS4 or PS5. I really hope they do, because I think the PS5 has the potential to be a whole lot better than this. But the PS5's got the potential to be better than the PS4 in every aspect, but obviously, but you know, I think it has, you know, they could do a lot with this. And there's a lot of things they should change, but I've went over it a million times. Like, but when you start this thing up, you got to turn that music off that's in the background. That shouldn't even be a thing. You should be able to turn it on if you want, but you shouldn't have to turn it off. You know, and flipping the screen around so you can read the stuff right. That should already be flipped. If they could change those few things, I wouldn't complain about anything. I wouldn't even complain about the camera at all. It's still action figures too. Same here. Local pizza place has a floor model. You can still find. Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, it does its job. It does what it's supposed to do. They never, in Sony's defense, they never claimed that they had a great camera, you know. And I did. What I was going to say is I did set the resolution up from some of my older videos because I was getting kicked off because I didn't have enough internet speed to do the higher. I'm thinking that's what it was, because once I dropped it to 720p low, there's a 720p low, 720p mid, 720p high, and I had it at 720p low. And at that, I wasn't getting kicked off. So, hey, web's stopping into. Hey, Mr. PPF. Make sure you check out that guy. Awesome guy. He does awesome wrestling streams and stuff. Definitely awesome. It's like its own federation, basically. So. Okay, I can get. Stream is pretty solid, relax. Yeah, but before I set the quality down, when I had 140 megabits per second back then. I set the resolution down and stuff, and then it made it better because I was getting kicked off. I was lagging slightly, and then got kicked off. A lot of those videos I just deleted because if it went for like 20 minutes and then kicked me off, I left them. But a lot of them only went to like 4 minutes or something or less, and I deleted all them. But then now that I got 400 megabytes per second, I set the quality back up to maximum, which is 720p high, and seems to work fine. So. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Looking forward to it. Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. I kind of want to get into. I got a gaming PC, and I don't really game on it. Right now I'm playing a little bit. I'm playing Conan Exiles, but only because it has the Isle of Sipta expansion map, and I'm playing on it now because of that. As soon as it drops for console, I'm probably never going to play it again on the PC. But I want to try to maybe use the PC for streaming like I am now with a camera, because I got a 1080p camera for that. So that would be better for me, but and it shouldn't be that difficult once I get it set up. But and the PS5 camera is a 1080p camera, so if hopefully they just start doing it with the PS5, and I can just switch over to the PlayStation 5 and. I play fight simulators on work. About a new console. Yeah, I mean, some people are on the fence about new consoles, especially hey, good morning. Especially about the price thing, because the availability, obviously, that's the biggest issue with those. And it's really, people are really, spiking up the freaking prices. It's craziness, but yeah, I don't play much on. I do play a few games on phone, but not a lot. I'm a kind of a, I'm the kind of guy that likes to, if I can get the damn thing, that likes to hear. You know what I mean? That likes to hear the clicking of the buttons, not the touching of a screen. Not horrible. I'm not saying you're an idiot if you play phone games. If that's what you do, if that's what you do, that's what you do. Everybody does different. Everybody does it differently, but it's just not for me that much. What is your passion? Is that what you're trying to say? Well, as you can see, retro gaming consoles and action figures. All kinds of good stuff. John, great. Yeah, have a great night, Mr. M3 Review. I don't know why it's so hard for me to say M3 Reviews. Appreciate you stopping in. But yeah, it's just like And the PC, I know the PC you can use a controller for the Conan Exiles, the only game I play on it. For now, I use a Xbox One controller, and it works great. But it's still, I don't know, it's still not, for me, it's not the same as a console. You know, it's as a home console. You know, there's nothing like a home console to me. But like I said, once they release that map on console, which is supposed to be at the end of the month here. I'll probably won't go back to the PC version, but maybe occasionally, but probably not. Probably, to be honest, probably not at all. But we're up to just past a half an hour. I can't play shooting games with an Xbox controller worth of shit. I am better with a mouse. See, I'm just the exact opposite. I can't play with a mouse and keyboard all that well. I mean, I guess if I got used to it. I mean, back in the day, that's kind of what you used. There was a lot of computer games I played back in the day with keyboard and mouse, but I just prefer controller anymore. But and the excuse me, the PlayStation 5 controller actually works on the PC as well. I actually prefer the PS5 controller over the Xbox, but both of them are decent for me. I can use them relatively easy, but after you get used to like if you get used to mouse and keyboard, then it's hard to go the other way. It's vice versa, you know. It's like for me, I got used to controllers, and it's just kind of my thing. For me, it depends on the game. I like a controller for driving games, platforms. Yeah, you see, I play like I've been playing Conan Exiles quite a bit, and the controllers, for me at least, the controllers a lot better if you use controller. But that just for my personal preference. But um, that's mainly what I've been playing. I need to get a few more games, or need to play some of the ones I haven't played. I still have like 2 or 3 games in my cabinet I haven't even opened. So, yeah. And some of them I have opened, but really haven't played much. I only played about halfway, maybe a little better than halfway through the Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man they come out with, the recent one for the PS4. I'd like to get Miles Morales, but I want to kind of finish this one up first because it's kind of a continuation of it. But Miles Morales looks really good too. I am still on the fence about an Xbox or PS5. No real games out there. I feel. Yeah. I mean that's kind of the thing. Like I didn't get a Switch. I kind of wish I did now because there's a few games I'd love to play. But yeah, it's if there's not a lot of games like there's a good bit of games for the PS5, but for the majority of them, it can be played on the PS4, so or Xbox, whatever. So yeah, I mean it's not a big need to switch over to especially if you're not a real big gamer or console gamer or whatever. It's not really that big a deal. My one friend at work, he's like I'm waiting until they come down in prices. Like, yeah, well, that makes sense. And until they're available, especially. That's the biggest part of it. And then he turns around and goes, well, I'm not much of a gamer anyway. I don't really game. I was like, well, then, that's why, If you don't game much, then it doesn't make any sense, to buy a new console. If you're not going to play it much anyway, But like I said, most of the games on PS5 right now are playable on They have a PS4 counterpart, basically. Most of them. There's maybe one or two that doesn't. There's a few that don't. I don't know how many exactly, but I know there's some that are only on PS5, but not too many. You know. I still have my Xbox One, but mostly use it for DVDs. Yeah, that's what I have. Xbox One S. I have like the army green. Actually, I don't think I have it plugged in right now. I have the army green one or whatever. I think it's called army green or something. Pretty awesome. I'll just have it sitting up there. I stole the wires off it to put on something else. Then I have my PS5 down here. Painted it blue. My wife's like, "You didn't paint that." I showed a picture of the blue console, and she's like, "No, you didn't paint it." I was like, "Yeah, I did." She's like, "Why?" I was like, "Well, it'll be alright." Some people was like, "You should have checked the warranty thing, blah blah blah," because the warranty might expire. It says right on pretty much anywhere you go that taking them panels off doesn't void the warranty, and painting them doesn't void the warranty. Like, but you know, whatever. And nice, I have the more black and white PS5 looks. Yeah, it's like a, what is it? It's this color blue right here. I got the plastic dip. Is it Blaze? Yeah, Blaze Blue is what color it is. It's called Blaze Blue. Got this at AutoZone for $10. It was $10 a can, but it was worth it. I put like 7 or 10 coats on there, and I still have, I'm guessing probably about like that much in there by the feel of it. So I mean, I could spray something else, or if it gets scratched up a little bit, I can touch it up. But yeah, thanks. I appreciate the compliment. A lot of people compliment me on it. It says it looked good. I just went into AutoZone and saw the plastic dip ones, and saw that blue. And blue's my favorite color anyway. And I saw that blue, and I'm like, wow, like I gotta paint it that color. And the guy in there is like, "Oh, you got plastic dip, huh? You gonna do like your dash or some rims or something, or hubcaps or something?" I was like, "No, I'm gonna paint my PS5." He goes, "Oh!" And he started laughing. He goes, "That'll work. That should work for you." I'm like, yeah, kind of what I figured. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I did screw it up a little bit where the disc drive is, but yeah. I want to get some decals on it. Probably make it look cool, better, you know. Not a lot to cover up. Kind of defeat the purpose if you cover it up a lot, but get some maybe a strip where the screwed up part is and make it look better. I may do that if I buy one. I saw a PS5 at Walmart the other day. Almost bought it, but you saw one at Walmart? Where do you live at? I mean, don't give me your address, obviously, but what state do you live in? Yeah, man, just jobbing. Hey, Jesse, appreciate you stopping in. Hell yeah. Right there's Game Dungeon Productions there. Make sure you check him out on well, you can check out his videos on YouTube, but like I said, he went to Switch. He went to Twitch. Make sure you check him out on there. What's up, the Never Dead? Appreciate you stopping in. Oh, okay. So you're in Canada. That's right. I think I remember you. I got quite a few viewers are from Canada. But yeah, appreciate you stopping in. I didn't even know. Apparently up there is better for that kind of stuff at Walmart. Pretty much everywhere is besides my area. Channel DLC. God's apart. Okay, Jesse. Yeah, I did catch the back of that. Went a little fast there. They come in once in a while. I saw an Xbox Series S a month ago at Walmart and decided to opt out. Yeah, sorry I'm not catching some of these. Just got my PS5 last night. Buy cash. Hell yeah. But yeah, I don't know about the Series S. I don't know. Guy even brought it to me at 1 a.m. We don't have Targets here at all anymore, so Walmart gets a lot of stock. Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah. What was I going to comment? I was going to comment on something. Oh, you said there's an Xbox Series S. I don't really get into those. Like, I'm not going to knock anybody for like, oh, why the hell did you buy a digital only console? That's just not for me, because for me, I would want more options. You know what I mean? Like, my argument for that is number one, yeah, it's a little more expensive for the disc version, but hold on a second, you guys bought. Yeah, but my argument for that is my disc version will also do digital, but then I always have the option to buy discs, and a lot of people are like, well, I don't like fooling with discs, which I can understand, but if you really check on it, we'll probably buy the PS5, but my kids want an Xbox. Okay. But if you check on it, like, especially if you go into like Facebook Marketplace, I'm on there 20 times a day probably, or GameStop, which I don't go too much, mostly for figures when I do. You can get cheaper discs, you know what I mean? Whereas the digital version is still $70. You know what I mean? That for one thing. For a second thing, not only can you get discs cheaper than digital versions most of the time, once you're done playing it, say I go out and buy Miles Morales tomorrow, which I might, I don't know, and beat the game and don't really need to play it anymore, I can either give it to a friend or sell it to somebody, make a little bit of my money back. Whereas the digital version, once you've bought that, it's yours. You can't sell it to anybody. You can't give it to anybody unless you give them your account, which is only good for 2 PS4s, or 5s, excuse me, or 4s or 5s. But I'll say 5s because there's no digital version of a PS4. So to me, it's just all in all better for a disc version, just because you have more options, you know. And a lot of people are like, well, the disc drive on the PS5 is really loud. I'm like, no, it's not that loud. Like, I don't hear it. Like, so true. I would not buy a digital only. Yeah, I would never buy. Now, the Atari coming out, well, it's already out apparently. I would like to get it, and it's only digital. But that there's no option there. You know what I mean? If a new console comes out and it's only digital and you want to get it, then you have no choice. Then it makes sense to buy a digital. But if you have the option, but if you had the option to have a disc or cartridge, whatever the case may be, physical media of any kind, it just makes sense to get that. It's $100 more, yeah, but you'll save money in the long run, honestly. Like, for instance, get on your phones right now and look up, I haven't really played this all that much, but look up Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. This is a $70 game if I go to somewhere in freaking I'm curious about the new Atari. I think it is still pre-order. Is it? Okay. I'm not sure. I thought it was out, but maybe it is pre-order. I think it's $300. That's right there. Yeah, that's for sure. But anyway, if you go into the Facebook Marketplace, this game's gonna be $70, probably almost $100 for the premium version of it. They do that sometimes. But if you go into there, it's gonna be at least $70 for the digital version of it. Can we agree on that? If you go in there and look, get on your, you don't have to get on your PS4 or 5, just get on your PlayStation app or whatever if you got it, and look it up. Guarantee this game is still $70, digital version. But I can get on the Facebook Marketplace and buy this. I've seen it as low as $30 for this game. Play it when you get tired of it. You could sell it again for $30 or $20. Make some more money off of it. You know what I mean? Whereas if you get the digital version, you're done. I think collecting discs. Yeah, exactly. I like collecting discs. Yeah. So I always go for the discs. Yeah, exactly. Now, there are instances where I've downloaded digital versions, like for instance the Conan Exiles game that I play a lot. It was free, on PlayStation Plus. So of course I scooped it up and started playing it. But then I did get a physical copy of the game as well. I actually have a physical copy for the PS4 and the Xbox One. So I bought the disc version for the Xbox One of Conan Exiles, brand new in Walmart for $9. I guarantee if you go into the store today, it's still probably 30 or 40 bucks for the digital version. So this sounds crazy, but I like to have a disc box to read while I'm sitting on. Hey, that makes sense to me. It don't sound crazy at all to me. I know what you mean. I just like the physical media. Like, that's the way everything was, Back in the day of all this stuff, you got your Nintendo and your N64 and your Sega Saturn, Sega Dreamcast. Everything was physical media. There was no digital this or digital that. So it's kind of, even with gaming forms I need physical copies. Yeah, I know what you mean, for sure. But I do look forward one of these days to not have physical media. I don't think it's going to happen soon, but I don't know, maybe. I'm thinking they're at least going to have one or two more consoles probably come out. At least one more console come out that's going to have physical media. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the next console that comes out is just going to be digital. So, and the one thing that I think they should have done is I think they should, like the PS5 and the Xbox, the new ones, they have the different price points. I think that they shouldn't have made a different price point. I think they should have charged, say, the PS5, the one I bought is $500. They should have charged $500 for both of them. But instead of, the one has a disk drive and it has, what is it, 825 hard drive, which is really strange. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they just didn't put a gig in. But maybe instead of a disk drive, on the digital version, put a 2 terabyte hard drive in it or something, because they know that digital version's only going to be able to do digital. So why not put a bigger hard drive in that, and keep the price point the same, but make it worth the money, Because they should know by now that it should be more than the hard drive should be bigger than what they're putting in. You should check out the Game Chasers on YouTube when you get the time. I found them a while back. Game Chasers. Okay, I'll definitely do that. Do you like that I can use? I do like that I can use my PS4's internal HDD to play my PS4 games on the PS5. Yeah, I mean that's pretty awesome. That's definitely a good feature for sure. I'm waiting for them to have the new update for the PS5, so I can update my memory, my hard drive space if I want. I can get. I don't know why they didn't just have that right out of the box. That made no sense to not have that right out of the box. Like why have? It's like you get a computer that has a 250 gig hard drive in it, but it only supports that 250 gig hard drive. You can't put a 500 gig in. It has to come out with an update to put a bigger hard drive in. That makes no sense. You know what I mean? Why not have it expandable from the get-go? Xbox did. They have little cards they can put in the back, and they're expensive, but hell, so is the cards for the PlayStation is going to be the same. So I mean, the Game Chasers. Let me put that down here. The Game Chasers. Alright, there we go. Oops, I should put it on YouTube. Alright, there we go. That's what you do when you get old. You send yourself messages. But yeah, I mean, I don't believe you can do it with the PS5 yet, to play stuff off a hard drive. And if they ever come out with that feature, it's probably going to have to be a solid state drive. But I doubt they're going to do that. I mean, you might be able to. They might come out with it that you can back up your stuff to an external, but I don't think they're gonna have it run off of. Be able to run games like they do to PS4, but who knows? I mean, maybe they will. They do have a USB-C port on the front, which is a little bit faster connection than the USB. So I mean. It's not entirely impossible or anything. Coming up on an hour here, that's for sure. So that's good. But yeah, yeah, that is weird. I did find that a little bit strange. Like they're saying, oh, this is the the solid state drives. I'm like, what? This solid state drive looks like a stick of RAM, but the connections are on the end instead of the side of it this time. It's kind of weird. But the only thing I don't like about this is right now there's definitely solid state drives that are compatible with the PlayStation 5. The only bad thing is they haven't announced which ones are compatible. So I'm not going to go. I don't want to go. All right, I'll be here for a little longer. I'm not going to go out and buy one because if I don't know which one's compatible, and then when that update comes out and it ends up not being compatible with my PS5, then what am I going to do with it? Because I don't have anything else that new that would take something like that. I'd have to try to sell it or whatever. But then the other bad thing of it is when the update drops for the PS5 to make these SSDs compatible, and they give you a list of the ones that are compatible, it's going to be a pain in the ass to find them. People are going to go to the store, they're going to buy them up, and it's just going to be like the PS5. They're going to hoard them, buy them up, and scalp the shit out of them on eBay and Amazon or whatever. That's bullshit. you know, to say the least. So you got it on both aspects. You can't go out. You don't want to go out now and buy one because you don't know if it's going to be compatible. But then when you find out which ones are compatible, everyone else is going to find out which ones are compatible, and they're going to go buy them up. And then you're not going to be able to get one. First, it took you forever to get the PS5. Then it's going to take you forever to up your memory. You can't win. I mean, there's no winning in that. It's just bullshit. But I do like the fact, though, that any of the games that are PS4 games on my PS5, like you said, I can store them on my on my hard drive, on my external hard drive, and either play them in the PS5 or play them in the PS4, and just save the ones that are only PS5 in the PS5. So it kind of gives you a little more space. I got a 500 gig in the standard 500 gig in my PS4, and then, but yeah, that much is good at least. But if only we could download PS5 software by, yeah, for sure. Yeah, they think, like when I first got the PS4, it was like 500 gigs. I'm like, holy hell, this is more hard drive space than any console so far, and it's going to take me forever to fill that up. Well, I was wrong. I was dead wrong. And then the PS5 comes out, and it's got an 825, which, first of all, is a really stupid number. Like, who comes up with an 825? I mean, really. And you don't even have 825 because anybody knows anything about consoles or anything that has a hard drive, like PCs and stuff like that. It takes a certain amount of space up just for the operating system. So in reality, after the operating system's installed, you only have like 600 and some. You only have like 100 and some more than the PS4 started out with. Like, really? Like, that's just bullshit, you know. And then you got the Xbox One, or the new Xbox Series X and S coming out with 1 terabyte hard drive, which still isn't big enough. I mean, because the 825 isn't that far off. It takes out 1020. Was it 1024? Yeah, it takes 1024 megabytes or gigabytes to make a terabyte. So the 1 terabyte isn't that much bigger, but it is bigger. And they should have came out with the 1 terabyte for the PS5 as well. So I don't know. It's weird. Like, I don't know why they just didn't put a big hard drive in it. I mean, I kind of know because the price point they'd had to charge, $100 or $200 more than what they charged, and nobody wants to pay that much money for it. Some people do. Some people, like, really, hell with this, you know what I mean? But then, but when this update comes out that patches this to where you're able to put more hard drive in it, you're still going to be paying it then, and that shit's expensive. I think I read a 2 terabyte for it's going to be like between $300 and $400 for a memory card, or for the memory that goes in the PS5. It's craziness. I'm sure the Xbox Series S and X isn't that much difference. I'm like, jeez. If only we could. Oh, okay. But yeah, it's a pain in the butt sometimes, but it normally works out in the end. But it's like they plan on that because of price point, obviously. But even though they want to hit a price point with you, so more people buy them. Because what are you going to make more money off? You're going to make more money off of something that's really expensive and only 5 people buy it, or bring the price down and 200 people buy it or more. You're going to make more money. It just makes sense. But I think that one of the biggest reasons they do it, besides making money, or besides, the price point, trying to keep the price point down, is making more money. Now they can sell you, a bigger hard drive, and they can sell all this shit extra, like oh, you download this game for free on your phone, which a lot of them are free, but then they have the microtransactions. So if you want to, and that's how they make their money. I mean, I'm not knocking them for trying to make money, but it's kind of, sometimes it gets a little shady, you know what I mean? But I'll probably go to an hour and a half here and be jumping off, so I do really do appreciate everybody stopping out, checking out the channel. But I'm fading pretty good here. I don't want to. Not last time, but the one time I actually fell asleep on the stream for several hours. My buddy was sitting there on his phone, Mr. Translator 38 was sending me messages like, wake up, you're sleeping, like, and I didn't wake up. And I ended up deleting the video. I always tell everybody I wish I would have used like a YouTube downloader thing and downloaded that stream. That way I could watch it some other time. I thought that'd be funnier than hell. But which is a funny story, because it kind of falls in line with a previous story where when I was first starting doing these, I looked at my stream and I had like, I don't know, 20 people watching, and I'm like, man, that's good. And I jumped on my phone and was looking at all the people that were streaming at the time with the playground, and there was this guy that was literally sleeping. And if he wasn't sleeping, he was doing a damn good job of making it look like he was. But he was laying on the rug, face down, or on his side, I guess you'd say. He's on the ground, on the floor, on his side, facing you, with his eyes closed and snoring. And there was like 200 people watching this guy. I'm not even joking. I wish I was joking, but I'm not. He had like 200 people watching him. I had 20 people watching me talk. I'm like, am I really that boring, for crying out loud? Like, jeez. I wish I would remember the name of that guy, because I'd go back and watch it. Just see how many watches it got, But yeah, it's weird what people are watching when people don't like watching. It's all in what you like, I get it. But not knocking anybody that likes a certain thing or something, but watching somebody sleep, like, I don't know why you would get any enjoyment out of that. Unless somebody's playing tricks, playing pranks on them or something like that. Remember Jedi 420? I think I remember that name, but I'm not sure. Jedi. Remember Jedi 420. Yeah, some crazy stuff. That's for sure. But yeah, like I said, I'll go to an hour and a half here and jump off. just because it's, well, I would say just because it's not just because there's not a lot of people talking right now, but not because of that. Mainly, it's because I'm gonna fall asleep. Oh, I fell asleep one time in the PS3 chat, and one of my buds died. Yeah, you wouldn't think you wouldn't think it'd be easy to do, but it is. There was a couple. It was a couple of videos we did with Mr. Prime John 1 and Transit 38 here on YouTube. Was in the Oasis a bunch of times, and there was at least 2 or 3 streams we did. I wanted to fall asleep. We did like a few, like 4-hour ones, 5-hour ones, 6-hour. We even did an 8-hour one. I'm like, jeez. That's what we did, 2 giveaways in one night, and oh, that was a trip. Hell yeah. But yeah. Don't think there's anything new to show on stream that I'm aware of. But yeah, we're coming up on an hour and a half here soon. Like I said, I appreciate everybody stopping in. Everybody that supports the channel, everybody that comes in later. I know that you can't, there's been a few people that apologize to me. I'm sorry I missed your live stream because I was doing blah, blah, blah. There's no need to apologize for shit like that. It's like, you can't always get into a live stream. I know I'm guilty of that. I try to get into some people's live streams and, you know, I mean, at least comment before I go to bed or whatever it is I'm doing. But you just can't get them all, you know, live. A lot of them you got to check out later on. So it's like, you know, what are you gonna do? Can't turn back time and then, all right, I'm in the stream now. Where did you get the big hawk on the top shelf? Where in the world did I get that at? I believe I ordered it online off of some company, but I'm not completely sure. Pretty sure I got them online now. But a good buddy of mine has a bunch of stuff like that. I'm pretty sure I got him on eBay or Amazon. eBay or Amazon, one of those. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff up there you can't see just because the camera, if I aim it up there, then you'll see about this much of me. But there's a good bit of stuff there, that's for sure. Crazy. Been collecting for a while. I wish I could say I've been collecting all my life, but I kind of have. But back when I was a kid, I lost a lot of stuff in a fire, so kind of slowly getting stuff back. I lost consoles and all my like mass figures and all that fun stuff. Gone. It reminds me of the hawk from the Sega Genesis game. Yeah, it does, yeah. Yeah, because he does have pretty long, massive long arms. It's crazy. I'm not even sure what series that is, but pretty badass figure. It's definitely my favorite figure of all of them. Is that big ass Hulk. But yeah, I was kind of debating on whether to do a stream tonight. I'm glad I did. It's kind of like taking a shower sometimes. Not quite as bad. Taking a shower is a lot easier, but it's like, It feels like you don't have time to do certain things. Then when you started doing it, like, damn, I'm glad I did that. You know what I mean? So, I'm not saying I don't take showers. I'm not saying I don't want to, but it's just, you got to get up and you got to walk to it. You know, so it seems too much like work at first, and then halfway into it, you're like, damn, I'm glad I did this. So, my dad used to get me all kinds of hawks of food. Hell yeah. Yeah, I've been slowly collecting them. Like I was gonna say before, I wish I could say that I've collected this over the years, but I haven't. I don't really had that many years invested in this room. Like most of the stuff you see, is not that old. Like some of the stuff that is old, I didn't have it that long. Obviously, I got it, recently or not too long ago. But I really need to expand the game room. That way, I can. The coolest toy he bought was yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I love buying figures and stuff like that, and like I said, that's most of the time that's all I even go into GameStop and watch out for is like figures and stuff like that. But once in a while I'll go in there, especially if someone's asking about a game. I'm like, no, I don't have it, but I'll see if GameStop has it, stuff like that. But for the most part, I don't want to give them my business. I go in there and snoop every once in a while, just see if something good's in there, But yeah, get this wrapped up here pretty quick and head in and fall asleep. I feel like doing it now. Now, once I get in there, I'll probably be like wide awake and shit. That's the way it normally works, but. I'm in an apartment, so I only have one wall I can really use to display with. Yeah, that sucks. Space is normally the worst part of a collector. Yeah, it sucks. And it also sucks about this camera. Like it does decent enough, but with the size of the room and where the TV and stuff, I can't show most of my collection. I've shown most of my collection. This is the biggest part for like consoles and stuff and games. But then I have so much more behind the TV. It's just unreal. You know what I mean? I have three of the newer consoles. I have the couple of them. I have the mini NES, the mini Genesis, the original Nintendo back here to stream with, and I just have so much stuff on this end that you can't even see with the camera, so kind of sucks. But I thought about getting a different angle one time just to see how that works, but I never did yet. Because I can move the PS4 further down and actually right now the PS4 is up on a shelf where I used to have it back in the day when I was starting to do streams, on the same shelf, just different wall and different area, that I should be able to run down to that TV really easily, or down to a camera and stuff. I can use this TV. I just run down to a camera in that corner and kind of get a view of it from a different angle. Ah, I say, yeah. Yeah, that always sucks. But you can't, you know what I mean, do certain things, and certain places that let you rent don't let you put a certain amount of holes in the wall, or certain diameter of holes in the wall, and yeah, that's why I'm glad I own my own place. Want to put something in the wall, I'll put it in the wall. You know what I mean? If I screw it up, I just gotta fix it. You know, so I don't have a landlord that has to fix it. That's kind of the downside too. If something breaks, you gotta fix it. Like my washer and dryer broke, I just went out and bought a new one. New washer and dryer and delivered on the 6th. But it's an expense, you know. Get you some ratchet straps and a big can from Home Depot. That's the only way I stop it. Huh? What are you talking about? But yeah, my apartment all is, but we have to. Yeah, that's not too bad then, because I mean, if you just fill in the holes if you know, that's pretty cool. But yeah, yeah, that's not ever a good thing. Possums or raccoons or bears getting in the trash, pain in the ass. I'm fortunate enough to at least have a dumpster. I mean, not that they couldn't get in a dumpster, but maybe less easy to do than a trash can sitting out. But sucks. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and jump off right now. Close enough to 1:30. I do appreciate everybody stopping in. Um, I'm just getting ready to fall asleep. I don't want to do that on stream. But I appreciate everybody stopping in. Everybody supporting the channel. If you're new, if you're watching this new, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up. It really does help. At 450 subscribers, I'm going to be doing another giveaway. So make sure to tune in for that. Appreciate that. But yeah, I'm going to get back into the streaming stuff. So I have to make sure make sure to watch out for that. I'll be advertising it and stuff. Yeah, you have a good night too, brother. Appreciate you stopping in. But yeah, make sure you check out that. Make sure you check out all the links in the description below once I put them in there. And until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll meet you right back here in the Oasis.